Hi everyone, Narelle here from Simply Narelle, and I'm back with another cross-stitching update. Today is Tuesday, yes, Tuesday, 23rd of May 2023, and welcome to my little channel about cross-stitching. Hope you are all well, and I'm just going to update basically on what I've stitched since last Tuesday. Yes, last Tuesday I did a video, I think it was. Alright, anyway, so first thing up is I have a finish. Technically, it's not my finish though, it's my daughter's. So, I think if you've watched previous videos, you would have seen, I don't know if I showed it actually, my daughter did a Christmas ornament of a little red robin bird, and that was her first ever cross stitch, so I'm so proud of her. And this is her second ever cross stitch. And I am so super proud of this one. Wait till you see it. Hang on. I'm trying to fold it nicely. And if you know me, you know I'm never organized, so you know. Okay, so here we go. Look at that. Strawberry Fields by Blackbird Designs. And that is her second ever cross stitch. Would you believe that? Oh my gosh. She's actually stitched a blackbird before I have. I'm so jealous. But look at that. Her stitching is just beautiful. Oh my goodness, look at that. Stunning, stunning, stunning. I just love this and I am so jealous. Beautiful. So she's 18. Not a girly girl at all. I'm so surprised that she's actually stitching, but it makes my heart happy that she is. So that is her second finished cross stitch, and she's currently working on a Taylor Swift pattern now, much to her father's disgust. He can't stand Taylor Swift, but anyway. And we've just come home from op shopping looking for frames, because I'm not going to pay the professional prices for frames because A, I don't have the money to spend on framing. It's so expensive. And B, I don't have the money for framing. So we're going to frame it ourselves. I'm going to lace it and frame it. And we've just gone out op shopping and found lots of frames. One really nice one that will suit that perfectly. It's like a darker wood with a little bit of detail in it. But I don't think the frame has glass. So I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea to frame a piece without glass. If you have any comments on that or any advice on framing a cross stitch piece without having glass, please put it below, because I've never really framed anything myself and I don't know whether that's a good idea. Now, we also have two pets in the house, both long hair. So a long hair cat and a long hair dog. So is that a really bad idea to not have glass? Because if it is, I can get another frame. But anyway, so that's the finish that I had to show you. Now, what have I been working on? Well, the last time we spoke, it was just after coronation, and I had worked on Crowns of the Kingdom. I had a really little start, and I've just got the floss caught in my zipper. No. Oh no. How do I get that out of there? Oh, wait, I need scissors and I need to cut that and then try and fix it. Oh my dearie me. Okay, let's just, I'm making a mess of that now. Okay, let me get the cross stitch out of this little hole now. So I had started this piece as a nod to the king and his coronation, because I do love the royal family. So this is the chart. I'm sorry, there's a bit of a glare. I'm still trying to get my lighting right, and you'll notice that I have the little ring light things. You can't really see my eyes, but I have to wear my glasses because I can't see anything without it. Well, I can, just reading and stuff I wouldn't be able to see. Anyway, so Crowns of the Kingdom by Rosewood Manor, and this is the chart. I am doing it on 25 count Lagana even weave using my own DMC conversion, because it's all done in Krynic, I think. So I wasn't going to go out and buy specialty flosses just to do this, so I'm using what I have in my stash, and I'm doing it 2/2, and this is where I am. Wait, if I do it this side, there we go. So if I have a picture of where I was last time, I'll pop that in. But I'm really happy with this. It's coming along nicely, and that is actually the first page finished. So this one is like not completed because there's more on another page, and same with this one, it's half a crown. But I just completed the first page, and I thought, well, that was a really nice stopping point. So that is 4 colours of DMC, a black, a grey, and 2 goldy ones. So this one's a darker gold colour, and that's a lighter goldy colour. They're not gold filament, it's actually just gold colors of DMC. So I'm really, really happy with that, and I know it's going to be big, but that doesn't worry me. I have to enjoy my stitching, and if it means I have to do it on the bigger counts of fabric and that they end up a bigger completed project, then that doesn't matter. And I'm going to have to try and fix that bag. Let me just move some things. Oh my goodness, here we go. All right, so that was Crowns of the Kingdom, and I actually worked on that the night after I did the last video. So that is 2 days of work there. Well, since you saw it last. All right. Then the next one I worked on was for the Magazine Monthly Challenge May theme of Arctic. And I thought this was a good fit for Arctic because it's got snow in it. So I worked on this one. This is Dimensions. It's a Christmas stocking. So it's called Checking His List stocking. Okay, so I love this one. Really, really pretty. This one got 4.5 days. I sort of couldn't stop stitching, and then when I got close to seeing Santa come to life, I had to keep going. So that is where he is now. So I've done a fair chunk. Like, you can see the shape of the stocking now, and I think I was like down here somewhere. So I had done some of this up here, I think, but I did a lot of this, and then when I saw I was close to his face, I just kept going. I wanted to see his face come into view. But I've done something in my sorting, or I wasn't paying attention or something, and you'll see here the bands across his outfit here. There's black on the end of that one, but these ones I've done some brown. So I think I've either mixed the colours up when I've sorted them, or I just wasn't paying attention. So I'm not going to unpick them because it probably carries over from here or somewhere. So I'm just going to go over those 3 little ends and make them black. And also here, I'm not quite sure that I sorted the colours correctly, because if you look at the picture, the colours seem off on what I've stitched to what's on the picture. All right, so see his sleeve here. See that there? Oops. All right, see that? There's no real brighty sort of goldy colour in there. It's all quite muted. But if you look at mine, see that bit there? It just looks wrong. But I don't know whether it was my sorting. Can you see the comparison? Wait a minute. All right. Can you see the comparison there? See, mine looks wrong. And I think it was a kit where the threads weren't sorted. You know how they just come all tied together in a bundle and you've got to try and sort them? And sometimes the descriptions are really confusing. And I think I have got some of it wrong. Because the bunnies as well look a bit odd. But I'm not unpicking it and I'm not changing it. I'm just going to go with it. And, you know, it is what it is. So not going to worry about it too much. That also, that checking his stocking twice. So I chose it for Arctic because it's snow. So Arctic snow, you know, no brainer. But it was also a Whip Go goal for, would you believe, February that I've just completed. Anyway. Ah dear, it's no good worrying about these things. I set these goals and I know they're not realistic for me because I swear I must have ADHD and I just want to do what I want to do. Anyway, so like I said, with that stocking, I just couldn't put it down. So he actually got 4 days, which was pretty amazing, and I met my goal. Next one. Now this is probably going to be a shorter video, lots shorter video, because the family are waiting for dinner, and I guess I have to feed them. All right, so the next one I did was Arnott's, the beautiful little Arnott's birdie. And this also was for the acrostic for Magazine Monthly in May. And it's the bee in Borealis. And yeah, I love this. The colours are just stunning. And even though this is on black fabric, which I used to have an issue stitching, and even with a light underneath, with a white towel on my lap, I still struggled to see what I was doing. This time around, I was flying through it. I had no light underneath, no white towel, nothing, and I had no problem at all seeing what I was doing. And I think the difference is I have my diabetes under control to a certain extent, and it's better than it's been in years. And I was only diagnosed 6 years ago, but I have made a really conscious effort to pay really close attention to my diet, cut out actually all carbs, just about. I would say I have maybe 10 to 14 grams of carbs a day, that's it. Sometimes I have no carbs a day. And it is working, and I've gone way down on the insulin that I need to take, and I've lost 6.5 kilos, and it's just amazing. So I think that side effect of that is it's helped my eyesight, and I now don't struggle to stitch on black Aida, which is good because I have some other patterns that call for dye fabric, and I really want to do, there's a dimensions one I want to do that's on black, and I haven't bought it yet because I couldn't see properly, but now, guess what, I'm going to get that one. All right, so anyway, enough chitty chatty about me. All right, so this is where my Arnott's bird is now. So this time around, I didn't work on the bird. I actually worked on the border. So I finished, I think the border was like to here. I finished the border up and across, and then I did all this up here. And I loved seeing that A finished and went, that just looks so good. So I kept going. I did the R, the N, and I could have kept going because I was really, really enjoying it. But then I thought, oh, I'm not going to get any of my other goals done. So I thought, oh, I'll put it away, and I know that next time I bring it out, I'm really going to look forward to it because I just want to get the Arnott's done. And then I'll work down to finish the bird. But that is really, really nice. It's stunning. The colours just, on the black fabric, they just pop, don't they? So I really like this one, and I had trouble putting it away. And the Arnott's got 3 days. Oh, love that one. So I'm starting to get some of my whips to a stage where if I consistently keep pulling them out every couple of months, they might be finished by the end of the year. I know, big call. But, you know, never say never. Okay, the next thing I worked on was golfing partners. This again was for the Magazine Monthly Challenge acrostic. No, that's not the one. Wrong bag. This bag. If you don't know what I'm referencing to, Magazine Monthly Challenge group on Facebook, I'll put a link below. It's a really cool laid back group run by Robin Hall and Carolyn Zook from Steve Zook Stitch. And it's just a really lovely group. Lovely, lovely ladies. And each month they have one of these, and because obviously it's a challenge group. So they'll give you a theme for the month. And this year it's all about places. So Arctic is a place, and then the acrostic is related to the theme. Now you don't have to do the acrostic if you don't want to. You can just do the theme. And even though the group is called Magazine Monthly Challenge, he started out with the idea that we've all got these great stash of magazines and we should be stitching from them, but we normally don't. So it was to encourage people to stitch from their magazines. And even though that's how the group started, it really doesn't matter what you stitch. So for your theme or your acrostics, you can choose whatever you like. Now, I don't think I've got any in here that are from a magazine. I normally have one or two, I try to, but this time they sort of didn't fit, so I just chose whatever I wanted. So that's what I'm trying to do this year, is like stick to that group and just those challenges, because and whip go if I feel like it. I was in a lot of groups. I still am in a lot of groups, and I was doing all the challenges, and I'd set up all sorts of things for this year, the semi-sane group and lots of groups, and I was struggling in the first couple of weeks of trying to fit it all in, and I got really overwhelmed with, that is so much stitching, I'm never going to get it done, and which I've got, you know, 2 challenges to do this week, they're both going to take a bit of time, which one do I focus on, what if I can't do one, and it was just too much. I won't forget it, focus on one for this year, and then, you know, next year I might not want to do this one, and I'll go and do a different one, a full coverage year of full coverage, or the semi-sane group or something like that. So that's why I'm focusing now on the magazine monthly challenge, and yeah, we'll see how we go. So we're nearly halfway through the year and I've stuck to it so far, so going good. All right, so this is the next one I worked on, Golfing Partners. This is a really old one from 20 something. I don't know, 2013, 2014, 2012. I'm looking for a date. Sorry. And it doesn't actually say, but I know it is old because I bought it when we were newly married, because my husband likes golf, but he more watches it than plays anymore. So Golfing Partners by Elsa Williams, and I'm working on the man. Now you're meant to do these as two separate stitches. I don't know if I'm going to do that or have the two together. I haven't decided yet. So we'll see when I've finished them, if I'm going to cut them apart, frame them separately, or if I'm going to just keep them on the one. So this is a kit. So I'm using the Aida that was in the kit. It's quite a firm Aida. It's a cream, I think it's 14, 16 count. Design number 14. It doesn't actually say what the count is. I don't know. Maybe it's 16. So here we go. And again, my stopping point was when I saw this. Wait a minute. I'm just going to fold this top. So I was up to, I think, here somewhere. So I kept going and got up his arms done, and then went, I was so close to the face. I was actually going to pull another whip out, and then I went, I really want to see his face come to life. So I kept going till I had his face and hat in, and I'm really happy with where I finished. So yeah, and I really enjoyed this one. This one I struggled with when I started it. I think I had to unpick it and restitch about 3 times. I kept getting something wrong somewhere, and it was frustrating me, and I nearly thought, I'm not going to finish it at all, I'm just going to throw it away. But then this last time I pulled it out, I really enjoyed it, and I had a hard time putting it away, and I actually stitched on this for 3 days. No, 2 days. But I got a lot done in that 2 days, so it was really cool. So that's Golfing Partners. And I had just had a really enjoyable 2 weeks of stitching. I don't think there was a project that I sort of went, oh, I don't want to work on that. And I didn't have as much time flicking through Instagram instead of stitching, because I find that when I don't like a piece, I'm not enjoying stitching on a piece, I will distract myself with Instagram. So, you know, my phone's sitting there on the table next to me, and as I'm stitching, I'll see a message come up or an alert come up or something, and it's like I pick it up straight away and then have a look at what that is, and then I'll scroll for 15 minutes or so, and then go, okay, now I'll get to stitching. And then, you know, 5 minutes later, another message comes up and go, oh, okay, I'll just, you know, scroll. When I do that, I know I'm not enjoying what I'm stitching on, and it's time to move on. But I didn't do that this week, so I got quite a lot of stitching done. And the last one I worked on is Simplicity Village. I actually don't know what it's called. It's not a village. It is, I call it Vintage Ladies. I actually don't know what it's called. Simplicity Vintage. There we go. So this is the pattern. I was working on this last night and the night before. I actually got 3 nights. One night I didn't get much done. I wasn't feeling that great. So sort of like 2.5 maybe. So Simplicity Village, Vintage, Village. What's with the village? Jeez, Simplicity Vintage. This one I'm doing in honor of my mother, my late mother. She was a sewer and she made all my clothes growing up, and amazing seamstress and self-taught, you know, made her own wedding dress, made lots of stuff for family and over the years. So this is in honor of her. So this one got, yeah, 3 days. And let me tell you, there is so much stitching in that skirt. This one last night, I was letting myself get sidetracked on this one because I think it was too much the one colour, and I didn't seem to be, there was no detail coming out. It was just like I was stitching and I wasn't seeing anything for it. There wasn't like a flower appearing or a face appearing or look, oh, that's part of someone's arm or hat or whatever. There was nothing like that. So it was a little bit boring, really, and that's what I've got to. So I'll put a photo up of where it was when you saw it last. That is 3 days worth of stitching, would you believe? Now, I didn't have much done, I must admit. But that's a whole lot of stitching and not much. I don't think there's much to show for it. Like if I was to put that up without anyone seeing what the pattern was, they go, what is that? Is it a waterfall? Is it a mountainside? Is it going to be a wave? Is it the ocean? Like, you can't tell that it's a dress. And I was really hoping that last night I could have worked up to the, you know, the dress and the arm, but I don't think I'm even up here in the dark yet. I think I'm sort of like just down here. So I was really disappointed I didn't get more up to this direction, but there's a whole lot of stitching in that skirt. It's massive. So anyway, and this is, again, this was a kit, so I think this is on 14 count Aida. Normally they tell you, don't they? Simplicity. 14, no. Yeah, a 14 count Aida, white Aida. So it's an easy stitch, as in the fabric is easy to stitch on, but it's just, it's getting boring. So I don't think I'll be pulling this one out next month. I don't think I've got it on my list. So that is what I have stitched on since you saw me last 2 weeks ago. So now I'm going to show you my little bit of haul. Not much, because I'm trying to avoid the stash sites and the places to buy stuff. Trying not to, but I failed when I saw this pattern on a de-stash site because I've wanted this for years. And I put it in my cart, taken it out of my cart, put it in my cart, taken it out of my cart, and so it went on. And then I went, no, I cannot buy any more, I have enough. Then someone put this up with whatever the others I have to show you, and it was a bargain really for 5 patterns, and I went, yes, okay, I need to have it. It is stunning. I have loved it for a long time. Sorry it looks a bit sideways, I'm trying to avoid the glare. There we go. Stunning. Christmas delivery by Cottage Garden Samplings. Love it. So all these came from the one purchase. This is another one that was in the purchase, Christmas Eve. Again, Cottage Garden Samplings. I love that center. So of course, I love stitching Christmas. Love it. So I got him as well. He was in the same bundle. And then this one is from With Thy Needle and Thread. When Santa's away, the mice will play. So it's another cute one as well. Very nice. I wouldn't normally have gone for this one, but it was a bundle deal. They were all together. This one I would have definitely gone for it. With Thy Needle and Thread, Candy Cane Lane by Brenda Gervais. Look at that. I love that. Very nice. So I couldn't pass that one up either because it was in with my favourite one. And then I can't remember if this was just a freebie or whether it was in the bundle together. I don't know. But it's Birds of a Feather gold center. He's cute. He might end up as an ornament on my tree. And then, so that was the only thing I actually bought. So very Australian. Besides all the like 12 frames I just bought at the op shops, which are only like $3, $5 each. They're really, really cheap. Okay, the other thing. Now, this I was gifted, and I have loved it for a long time. And when I saw someone post about a sale going on, that she's going to start, I went, I have to be in it. Like, I need another whip, like I need a hole in the head. But, look at this. William Morris Strawberry Thief. Okay, so I was gifted this pattern to enable me to join in the sale. I have loved this for a long, long time. It's an adaptation by Annette Swartzmiller, based on the William Morris Strawberry Thief pattern. Beautiful, just beautiful. Now I've seen, there's one on Heaven and Earth Designs, full coverage, that I was going to get, and I actually had it on my wish list. So when someone gifted me this, I went, oh, that's just perfect. And I haven't decided yet, because I'm trying not to spend any money, or very little money. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to do it on Navy Blue Ada, because this is charted full coverage, or whether I'm just going to do a full coverage and just buy all the navy blue skeins. It does say that if you want to do this, stitch the navy blue background, you'll need 11 skeins. So that's fine. That's just a box of floss, which is cheaper than buying, thinking about it, cheaper than buying the navy blue Ada. So I might just do that. So if you want to join in with this sale, it is Deb's Wallpaper sale, because the Grateful Stitcher is who I saw was starting this sale, and her friend Deb had the William Morris wallpaper in her, lining her cupboard, and so I can't remember why, but she saw that wallpaper and absolutely loved it and thought, I need to stitch that, or something along those lines. So she started the sale, Deb's Wallpaper sale, because that was the wallpaper lining the cupboard. And so I jumped in, and I'm going to start that maybe next week. I'm not sure. I haven't got it slotted in my plans yet, but I'm thinking that's what's going to happen next week, because I have only 3 more things to do on my plans for the Magazine Monthly Challenge. I have Cook Down Orchids one day, If You Sprinkle one day, and Anne Morrison one day. They're my other 3 projects, and then I've got the rest of May to stitch whatever I want after I've met those goals. So I'm thinking that's when this one is going to come into play. Like, love it. So I will put the hashtag below for that sale if you want to jump in. And what else do I have? Oh wait, is it going to be, it's going to be June when I come back. So let me talk about my plans. And I didn't bring any of my projects up, so I was going to say I don't have them. I was just going to say, it probably annoys everyone when I start a sentence, I stop, and then I start another sentence. That's just how I talk all the time. My brain works faster than my mouth. So I will think of something and I'll start to say it, and my brain, while I'm saying it, my brain is way ahead and is thinking of the next thing to say, and I'll just stop what I'm saying and I'll start saying something else. I'm sorry, but that's just the way my brain works. So you will find I get halfway through a sentence and then I'll start something. Usually it's related, but you know, follow along if you can. Okay, June, Magazine Monthly June Challenge. The theme is farm. So for that I'm going to do, and I'll probably pop in pictures here while I'm talking so you've got an idea of what it is I'm doing and where it is now. I will be doing, sorry, as a main piece for farm, I'll be doing Galahs by the water pump, and I've got a goal of 2 days on that. The acrostic is, sit down for this one, it is hilarious. The acrostic is manure. Yes, that's a bit of fun, isn't it? So when we're all stitching and making mistakes, we can just go manure. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so the acrostic manure. M, I have got the Mon Ami dress for one day. A, Autumn Meditation, which is a magazine piece from, I've forgotten her name, Carolyn Manning, I think. The N in manure is Follow the Leader by Needlework Treasures. The U is I'm going to do Peacock by Ultimate Birds magazine. So it's another magazine piece. R is Redoubt, probably not how you say it, Redoubt Rose Alphabet, Redo Rose Alphabet, I don't know, it's French, who knows. I put my Aussie slang on it and go Redoubt Rose Alphabet. And then E is Excuse the Mess, because I want to get that done. That's why Shannon Christine designs. So they are my plans for June. Next week I'm hopefully going to start the Strawberry Thief. I also need to work on my Whip Go goals, which I have left to do Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers, which reminds me, thank you everyone who gave me wonderful advice a few videos ago on what to do with my pandemic. I think it was in my whip parade where I said I've done it on 25 count 2/2, which means it's huge. It's absolutely huge. It's going to be the size of a bed sheet. And I was asked for ideas of what to do with it and if I should restart it. Lots of fantastic suggestions and I love them all. What I thought I'm going to do, a lot of people said make a quilt out of it, which I thought was an amazing idea because I love quilting as well. So I think what I'm going to do is make it into like a wall hanging quilt, and I plan to hang it behind me when I'm doing my videos so you don't see all this lovely mess. And hopefully that's what's going to happen. Now I'm probably going to be up to like video number 100. I'm only on like, this is 11, 12, something like that. I'm going to be on video 100 by the time maybe more, video 200 by the time I finish it and get it quilted into a wall hanging. So you're going to have to put up with this bizarre mess behind me for quite a while, but you're here to see the stitching, not my office. So this is not where I stitch. This is not where I sew my project bags. This is my office for my admin and stuff like that, and my storage of stock and things like that. So it's just a working space, and it's not pretty, and it probably will never be pretty. Okay, so the other Whip Go goals I have to do, and I probably should start chronologically back in January, is Angel Kisses by Dimensions, which is in timeout because I'm not enjoying it. So I need to get over the piece that I'm not enjoying. It's a bit like the Simplicity one. It's all just skirt and there's nothing much happening. So I think I need to push to get past that, where I start to see more detail come to it, and then I'll probably enjoy it. So I probably need to make a concerted effort to work on Angel Kisses, and then that will be January done. So, and in a few days time we're going to get the next Whip Go numbers for June, and I'm still working on January. But anyway, dear, my board, my rules, whatever. I think that is all that I have to share. I'm looking around and there's nothing else I have to say, so it's a nice quick video. Thank you for watching. Remember that my next giveaway will be when I hit the 500 subscribers. I think I'm at 274 or something along that line, around that mark. So when I hit the 500 subscribers, I will have another giveaway. So if you're not already subscribed and you're watching this, please subscribe. I won't spam you with lots of really long videos. I only come on every 2 weeks, maybe 35-40 minutes. That's around the average. If your friends don't know about me, then please tell them about my channel and get them to subscribe. And one last thing I wanted to talk about. My online store. I used to have an online store on simplynorelle.com, and I also have my Etsy store. I get most of my sales through my Etsy store, and I was struggling keeping my Simply Narelle store and my Etsy store updated and in sync. They don't sync anyway. Automatically, it's a manual thing. So when I sell something on Etsy, I have to go and take it off my Simply Narelle store. When I load something on Etsy, I have to go and put it on my Simply Narelle store. And I was finding it was too hard to keep Simply Narelle updated, and I chose to keep the Etsy store, close the Simply Narelle store, but keep the website open. And I'm turning it more into an information portal, I guess. So I've attached a blog to it. There's a blog section in there. There's a blog section on Simply Narelle now that will keep you updated on what's happening in the store. So if I have a new release of project bags, I do need to update that I've just put on about 80 something cottage garden threads, and anything like that I'm going to put up on that site. So if ever you want to know what's going on with the shop, because Etsy doesn't allow you to have a section like that, to let your customers know what's going on, and not everyone wants to be on a newsletter. And a lot of people, if you're like me, you sign up to newsletter all gung-ho, yes, I want to hear from this business all the time, and then after 3 or 4 emails, you go, I don't have time to read that, delete, you know. So I don't want people to feel like I'm spamming them with newsletters. I want them to seek out the information from me. So I don't want to force feed it down their throats, really. So that's why I've turned that Simply Narelle site into more of an informational site. Also on there is my stockists page. I have 2 online stores at the moment that are stocking my project bags. Stitch.smile and JK's cross stitching supplies both have my bags in stock. So if you want to, you're looking for patterns or accessories, needles or floss or anything like that, and you are on either of those sites, then please check out my bags that are on there as well. On Stitch.smile, you'll find them under storage. In JK's cross stitch supplies, if you scroll in the shop, scroll right down the bottom, there's a section of bags and totes, and you'll find them in there. So yeah, that's all I wanted to cover today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic 2 weeks coming up and you get lots and lots of stitching in, and have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.